What is going on, y'all? It's Big Wes here. And so I just finished watching the season finale of Tokyo Revengers season 1. And man, I gotta say, I am amped. I'm happy with this show. Season 1 was really, really good. And I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about what I thought of, because I've been watching the show since it randomly dropped on Crunchyroll from episode 1 to 24 weekly. And I just want to give my take on what I thought of the whole season. So, first thing, overall thoughts of the whole season. No spoilers up to this point, so you're good to keep watching right now. It was really cool. Just seeing how it unfolded. I really had no clue because I hadn't even heard of the show before. I hadn't read the manga or anything. So I really had no clue what to expect, and just watching it progress was really interesting. I was on my toes the whole time. It's not really predictable. You don't know really how anything's gonna play out because you kind of have an outcome, and he's trying to change the future. So it's just, he just keeps trying new things and trying to change what you know is going to happen. So it's interesting in that way, just to see if he, not so much like what can he do to make this outcome happen, but what can he do to make it not happen. Another thing I thought that was really interesting, if you kind of look at it, because I was trying to narrow it down to a single like category or genre, and when you look at it, it's really similar to those shows, a lot of times like feudal age Japan, usually involving like a Nobunaga type story, where like a band of, you know, rebels or something is trying to like make their way up and they're becoming a large army. And I noticed that the show is like that, but a modern day thing, to how they wear their jackets, like capes, like how you see on like One Piece, they got like the cape kind of flowing and stuff. You see that on lots of different shows where that's like the thing. So it's like they're trying to be like generals, build themselves up, have their own army, reserves and stuff. It's not like they have powers, but they're strong based on their experiences. And so it's like they're just hardening themselves, and you kind of seeing them grow from, you can see Takemichi's growth from just being a nobody to, you know, he's really trying to be somebody and change his future and everything. And I really love the show. I thought that season 1 was really well put together, tons of surprises, and it's definitely worth the watch. So now I'm going to go into some of my favorite episodes of the season. So spoiler alert here, if you're not caught up, I'm just going to be talking about the following episodes in order. So that was your warning. Click away if you don't want to hear it, but here we go. So the first of my favorite episodes, the one that really got me like, yo, this show is like pretty cool. Episode 6. Draken's backstory. The dude with like the dragon tattoo, the side of his head. He is just so cool, like the strongest guy, one of the most interesting designs, and the most down-to-earth character. Like they say, he's Mikey's like core. He's his morals. He's like his guiding compass, his conscience, if you will. So just seeing how he became who he was, how he met Mikey, the real origins of Toman. It was really nice to see that, and just like to really understand the character, because you don't know too much about him right off the rip. It's just he looks cool. The next big episode that was like really got me hooked into the show was episode 12, just called Revenge. I'm like, hey, you're dropping a title like that, it has to be relevant to the whole show. And it did not disappoint. So long story short, spoiler, he thinks he saved the day. I thought, I didn't know how long the season was going to be. So I'm like, yo, this could be it. If this is a 12 or 13 episode anime, like maybe they saved the day and this is over. And so it's looking like it's going that way until you see a couple characters and you're like, wait, hold up, what's going on? And then boom, the big car accident. You literally see his girl Hinata just die right in front of him, and the most brutal death. On top of that, his boy who just become like a hairdresser. Seemed like, again, he made a right future. He was still being controlled. He just dies too. He's the one that kills her essentially, and he was forced to. On top of that, when he saw that same guy, I'm struggling to remember the names right now because it's a different show, and I mean, just watching it fresh. But his boy, who in the other version of the future just jumped off the roof and killed himself, and you're just like, whoa, what is going on? Like, I really thought he just did it. That's when he, like, really swears, like, yo, I'm going back to the past. I'm changing the future. I can't leave it in the hands of anyone else. I gotta do this. I gotta be the head of Toman. I can't trust this Kiseki guy. Like, this is not good. And man, so after watching that, I was just really impressed and happy. The next big episode to impact me, I'd say, was episode 16. That's the one where Baji and Kazutora explain their backstories as also founding members of Toman, what happened, the fallout, killing Mikey's older brother for the motorcycle, and he was gonna get it anyways, like they shouldn't have stole it. And it was just like a clash of morals, a clash of wanting, a clash of letting someone close to you down, and just what to do when you've already messed up. And it was just wild. I did not expect to see that. I did not expect to have like an inner family problem like that to be so real. And it's like, yo, one of his best friends killed his older brother. Like, what do you do after that? And showing understanding to Mikey's background and how he's been psychologically scarred from that. Like, it's just a lot to unpack in one episode when you haven't been told what's going on. And you're just like, yo, it's simple, but it's a lot. So I was really impressed with that episode. It really stuck out to me, and I just loved it. And on top of that leads up to everything for like the end of the season, basically. So that's the last big like point you need to know. And then, of course, just the finale was, again, you thinking that he did it, and then Chifuyu just, boom, getting blasted right beside Takemichi, and they're in the worst situation, and it ends on the craziest cliffhanger. And I always like seeing shows where I'm like, man, there's no way this guy is gonna get out of this situation. Like, it's hacks. And then they show how they get out, and as long as it makes sense, yeah, okay, I'm pleased with that. I can handle that ending. And so with this one, I can't wait to see what they do. I have no clue how they're gonna get out of this, and I don't know. I don't know. And so yeah, those are the big episodes, the big takeaways I got from this first season. Not to say that these are the only good episodes. Like, it starts off a little slow, I'll give you that, but after that, nearly every episode's entertaining, a crazy cliffhanger all the time. I appreciate that there's no preview for the next episode, but that just makes the cliffhangers even more like real, and you're like, yo, I really need to know what's happening right now. This is too much for me to handle. So another thing I want to address, aside from just the episodes, what I've been seeing online, people don't like Takemichi and his crying. I've been seeing which character cries more, like Takemichi or Midoriya from My Hero, or I don't know, there's a bunch of other characters, but they're just saying he cries a lot. And my thing is that's the point. That's the character he is. He's the crybaby hero. I swear the last episode is called just Crybaby Hero or something like that. The theme song is called Crybaby. So it's like, yo, people, if you don't like it, get over it. That's just how in Black Clover, at the start of it, I did not like Asta's yelling all the time, but you get over it. And then once they added more characters and stuff, it's not as obvious or loud or in your face as it was at the beginning. So it's sure, he's crying a lot. He's a really an emotional guy, but that's who he is, and that's the point. So you have to just get over that. The nigga cries, right? He's an emotional guy. And so just from there, predictions for the show, I really have no clue, because this is, again, not a show where it's easy to guess what's gonna happen. I mean, if you want to be a major buzzkill. It's like, yeah, he's probably gonna save the day, and at the end of the whole show, it's gonna be the goal. But I mean, like, that's every show. Naruto becomes Hokage. We already know Midoriya is going to become the #1 hero because he says in the first episode, this is the story of how I become the #1 hero. So it's like, yo, yeah, if you want to be a buzzkill, yeah, he's gonna get there at the end, but it's the journey. It's like with One Piece, you're not watching it to see, that's what I believe also, but I can get into that later. You're not watching it to see what the One Piece is. It's how he gets to One Piece, what the journey is. That's what I believe anyways. But again, I think it's like this show where it's like, yo, how is he gonna save the day is what the core and what really makes you want to watch the show is. So aside from that, I really don't know what's going to happen, although this is my one official prediction, and I can go into detail on this in another video if you guys are with me. But I think the same way Takemichi can go back in time 12 years and is making changes, I think Kisaki, like the main villain it seems right now, the guy who's the acting head of Valhalla / Toman, I think he also has the ability to go back in time, because every time Takemichi is making some change or is doing the most, he, one, reacts bad, and then two, he makes a crazy plan change as well to sort things out. And then it's like they're beefing low-key in the past and like straight up beefing in the future, because like Kisaki in like every variation is trying to kill Takemichi. So I also think that Kisaki knows a lot more than Takemichi. So we're gonna figure out like why they can go back in time and stuff, and what's the real secrets of the whole show. I have no doubt that we're gonna find all that out in the next coming seasons, but that's kind of obvious. But I think it's gonna be interesting. But I really do think that Kisaki can go back in time just the same way as Takemichi. So thank you guys for watching. These are my thoughts on Tokyo Revengers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I really enjoy this show, and I have a feeling a lot of other people are as well. I'm seeing it a lot all over the internet right now. So like and comment on this video, share it with a fan of the show or someone who you think would enjoy the show. Subscribe, ring the bell too. I got videos coming out all the time. You don't want to miss out. You want to see them right away, so make sure you do both those things. So thank you guys for watching. I love the support, and I'll be back shortly with a new video just for you guys. So thank you again. Peace out.